How's it going? It's Dave here from Green Machine. We're live. I can barely hear myself as the Ukrainian fans have gone absolutely crazy in the corner. It's another defeat for Ireland, 1-0. No real complaints. Ireland still no victory in the Nations League. Another beleaguered performance, another beleaguered night for Stephen Kenny. No complaints really. Overrun from about the 10th minute onwards really, and no change again. Same problem for really as last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, disappointing. Look, this is really disappointing that we've struggled here and not got a result at home in front of the home crowd. I think we've lost a bit of momentum now as a Kenny brigade. To be honest, I think it's really got to impact the fan support of Stephen Kenny because it's a results business. We huffed and puffed. It was a typical Ireland performance. We put a big effort in the end. A few chances there. You could see the effort that Duffy had especially put in there, but the damage had been done early, and they hit the bar in the last minute as well. They were probably well worth their win. A draw we may have deserved, but we got lucky with their offside goal and the push and stuff. It's really disappointing.
Didn't deserve a draw, really, to be fair. I mean, same again. Hendrick playing 90 minutes.
Yeah.
How's he starting again? I mean, Stephen Kenny's talked about loathing players and all this kind of stuff, and you're like, well, how's he playing 2 matches in a row? How's he playing 90 minutes to 2 games?
Yeah.
From vantage point I had, I mean, it looked like Cullen was playing by himself most of the time. I mean, 2 in midfield doesn't work really,
no. And
we've been punished again. They were overrunning us. We were sitting back off, and they were cutting through our defence at will, really, just coming at us. And how many times have we been done by a long shot as well? Like Azerbaijan, Luxembourg, Armenia the other day, and it was only we were very lucky though with that offside. I mean, it was just a fraction offside as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, literally a fraction. Just very poor.
I mean, they're a very technical side. Let's be honest, they are a very good side, Ukraine. They've had their struggles recently, or obviously we know what's going on with them, and they're unlucky not to qualify for the World Cup. Very technical side. Like I watched it on telly tonight.
How's the second team though?
I know that, but still, the technical players. Stephen Kelly as well was on the commentary tonight on Sky, RTE, and he said, they're a very technical side. We just don't have those technical players at the moment. I think the day has come now. I think Jeff Hendrick is just not good enough for Ireland. Ender Stevens is another one. I just don't think he is good enough for Ireland anymore. James McLean did more for me when he came on, and that's James McLean. The age of him, up to close to 100 caps now. He did more for me than Ender Stevens did going forward. I mean, I know we'll come on probably in chat, or maybe not tonight, but we'll have a chat about substitutes again. I was a bit, I want to take the positives out of this if we can. Obafemi, I thought, no, but I'm gonna though. I thought Jason Knight was very good. He was a creative spark. I just think we're carrying too many players there. Jeff Hendrick is not good enough anymore. I thought Jason Knight was good. Obafemi, I thought, played a lot better than he did the other day. We actually played to his strengths. He got physically involved.
I thought CJ Hamilton was very good when he came on, and I thought Obafemi was excellent.
Yeah.
But I mean, why were they coming on with like 20 minutes to go? I mean, at half time, Hendrick should have been hooked. Hendrick should have started. It should have been hooked. Like you said again, it's too slow to change.
I think though, if he wants to play 2 in midfield, one with Cullen, we are really struggling them. But we're really struggling. No, I think it might work, but it's just that you've got to have someone better than Jeff Hendrick. He's not good enough anymore. He's too slow. He played there today as if he's like a world-class centre midfielder. Like he's doing all these little fancy little flicks. He's playing at his own pace, and you're thinking you're not entitled to actually do that because you're not good enough to do that. Like it was like a testimonial for him. He just wasn't playing with any urgency. Whereas when Jason Knight got the ball, for example, he was going forward and he was giving it a bit more.
Yeah, it was so bad. I mean, like I was watching Hendrick, and literally Cullen was running around trying to cover 3 players. Like he was on his own, and I'm just picking around. He's running. I'm surprised he didn't get sent off out of frustration. He actually got a yellow card because he went in with a late challenge because Hendrick wasn't bothered really picking him up. Like I had a perfect view of it. Perfect view, right here, right in the centre half, or right on the halfway line.
Yeah,
it was just so poor. If you're going to play 2 in the middle, Jason Knight should have been in the centre with him. good energy. He was excellent for the first few minutes. He's not a forward. I mean, why not have Femi up front?
Yeah, another one I'd have to question now, who probably living off a past reputation. This is what we do though with Ireland. Look, I'm guilty of it myself. Robinson scores a few goals, and we all think brilliant. Robinson's a thing. We did it with Shane Long. We've done it with David McGoldrick. We do it over these players, and we score so few goals that anyone who does have a good few games for us, we actually make them better than they are in our head, and it makes the manager probably not to drop them. I mean, Robinson's just not playing well at the moment. I'd much prefer to see Obafemi up there now than him. And I don't know if Parrott's injured or what, but like, how'd you get a look in the other day? I thought he actually played okay the other day. How'd you get involvement the other day and then you don't tonight? That doesn't make sense to me as well.
How does Hendrick start?
Yeah,
and Parrott like, how does Knight? Why does Knight go up front instead of Parrott? I mean, when I was looking at it there, it started. We had a front three of. I suppose we're getting to the technical stuff. But, we start with a front three of Knight on the left, Robertson in the middle, and Evgeny right centre forward. And it kind of just changed as the game went on. But it was after the first 10 minutes, it just fell away, didn't it?
I as well would they. If you look back at this game, I think they had a lot more chances with that we'd done the incredible blocks at and everything. And it was desperation kind of blocks it looks at. It gets lauded on telly as spectacular. Oh, what a brilliant block. But you're kind of desperately throwing yourself at the ball because surely you're out of position. And it's a last-ditch attempt to stop it. I mean, fair play, they have blocked it. But that kind of worries me as well about perhaps their position at the back and the organisation there as well.
I mean, their disallowed goal.
Yeah.
What was going on there? There was nobody. Yeah. I mean, and as well, I mean, how much space do you have to give these guys? They were just running on and running on. Of course, we're going to score a long range. Now, it was disallowed, but that we're just not learning. It is so frustrating.
No, I mean, like I said, it was a typical Irish performance. We huffed and puffed. Duffy especially had two brilliant chances. It was an incredible save from their goalkeeper, to be fair, the one onto the bar. A really good save. But, even our set pieces, what made me really frustrated watching this game today was James McLean's quality from his set pieces today was really, really high. I thought very, very good level of set piece delivery. And we still didn't get it right who was actually on the end of them. They were actually in each other's way. But for me, then, that is just questioning Kenny's decision not to play James McLean last week, because we had nobody on the ball on the pitch last week against Armenia who was actually putting in high delivery crosses. Seamus Coleman was taking our corners the other day. So that would be a question mark for me as well. I mean, I know I'm talking about James McLean with the age of him and everything, but he is a creative force and he's had a very good season. I can't see how he's not getting in there above Ender Stevens, to be honest.
He's probably the fittest player on the pitch. And as well, I mean, 58-minute Egan went down and it took 3 minutes. I'm not sure why it took 3 minutes for us to get substitution on. So we're playing with 10 men there for 3 minutes. The first substitution, the 61st minute, was enforced. It was a defender for a defender. I think O'Shea went on as a left back, didn't he? Or left centre back. And you go, I'm sitting here going, how has he not seen that it needed changing? We were getting, I know I keep repeating myself, we were getting overrun. I just couldn't believe it. I was up there watching it.
That's a positive I take out of the game as well. Look, Darragh O'Shea has to be in that back four for me as well, or whatever you're playing. I'll actually think about playing him left wing back or the left of the back three if he's going to do that. He's done nothing wrong for Ireland. He's back now. He started against Portugal that time in Faro when he got injured and got that terrible injury. I would definitely have him in that Ireland team. He's too good not to be in it. I feel Collins sometimes for me, I know there's a lot of hype about Collins. He's a very, very good player and stuff, but I still think he is adapting to...
He's very raw, isn't he?
Very raw, makes a lot of mistakes, very desperation, looked to be absolutely struggling at the end, fitness-wise, at the end of the game. But look, I'm really struggling to take positives. At the end of the day, Kenny's going to be judged on these results, and it's a home loss. We've not won a game in the Nations League. We did have this reputation of coming in here that we hadn't lost since we've played Luxembourg, that awful 1-0 loss to them. I'm trying to take positives. I'm really struggling to do so, but we played quite well out of the back at times. We look more comfortable. That's a change of Irish football that we haven't seen for many years. That's something that's evolving. I don't know what Kenny's going to do here. Is he going to be able to take this now campaign, 2 losses? Is he going to be able to kind of be allowed to write it off and be more experimental with his squad and with his team selections and evolve now for the 2024 qualifiers and basically write off? I know his ambition was that he was going to win this Nations League. We're not going to do that now. Let's be honest. We're not going to do it. You can't afford to, Scotland again, I think they've won tonight. They're come to Dublin now. All right. And they're always going to be a struggle. They're always going to be a hard team for us to play at home.
Yes.
I think we're going to, we need a result against Scotland at home, and we've still got to go to Glasgow. And I just don't see where we can't possibly win the group. I don't want to give up, but we've lost 2 games. And this is really, really disappointing. I think questions will be asked of Kenny. He's got to be clever now in his responses tonight and how he galvanises the team. We don't even know if Egan's going to be fit now for Saturday. To be honest with you, I have no real concerns over that because I'd have O'Shea in there instead of him.
It's the one
if he is injured. Yeah,
it's the one for choice.
But I get that's what I'm saying. Is Kenny going to write this off now and involve this squad? He's got 27 players called up there. He picked the same match day squad again today, apart from one change where he's enforced. And is he going to actually say to these players and reward these players who are turning up for these campaigns in his 27-man squad? Is he actually going to give people a chance in that? Because surely the likes of, I'm not saying they're good enough like Scott Hogan and stuff, but surely he's going to turn around and say, I'm clearly not part of your plans. What's the point of me coming over here, to be honest?
To be fair, I don't think Hogan.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that, but no, he's not good enough. I mean,
the thing is, though,
is he doing that already? I'm saying one of the questions I'd say to you, David, do you think he's doing this already? Like, he's brought on Hamilton there tonight. He's given time now in 2 games to Obafemi. He hasn't played Will Keane. He hasn't played Parrott. I mean, how he's treating Parrott is going to have to be questioned as well, because he played him the other day. All right, he did okay, took him off. Didn't play him the game before when he came on and scored the winner. And he hasn't played him tonight. So what's going on there? That's a question that surely has to be asked.
Yeah, I mean, I think one has to be asked, why is Obafemi starting? I mean, 12 goals in 16 games for Swansea, really on a cracking vein of form. Comes in, okay, I get maybe not starting him against Armenia, but surely he starts tonight. I just don't.
I'd start him now on Saturday as well, wouldn't you? I'd start him.
See, now you're going to get the questions like, can Ireland play football? And, I've seen a couple there, are we a long ball team? No, I think we can play football. I think the players are there. I just think the formation is wrong and he's picking the wrong players. He clearly is. I mean, Jesus, if Jeff Hendrick if he starts again.
Yeah, but I just think Scotland. The thing with Jeff Hendrick, he's got no one in there to do it. And like Jeff Hendrick can't even get the QPR side. No disrespect for QPR, but he can't. And, why are we persevering with him? He's not the future. I'd rather have someone.
I'd rather Malumbi.
I would have rather Malumbi with his legs and stuff to come in there without a doubt.
He's as raw as anything, but I mean, he's going to get a good run. He's going to get a good crack.
He's the future, though, isn't he? Jeff Hendrick.
Under Steve Bruce. Yeah.
Jeff Hendrick did nothing with us.
Jeff Hendrick isn't. Just a really disappointing night. We see your comments coming in, guys.
I think as well. I think Ender Stevens as well. I think it's kind of coming towards the end for him as well.
Yeah, sorry, just waving to one of my fans there.
All right, are you?
Yeah, I have a lot of them here actually.
What's that thing around your neck, by the way? What's the yellow thing? Not a new one.
It's my new one. That's going to be added now to the list when I'm back home in London. Yeah, Jesus. I mean,
you'll have more lanyards than Ireland goals.
That wouldn't. Nations League wins. I mean, where do we go? I mean, Kenny said he wanted to win this group. That isn't going to happen now. It's so depressing. What does he do? He has to go for broke. I think he has to twist. He can't stick. He's stuck. Really. He brought Christie in for Coleman. Christie, don't think had a terrible game.
I thought Christie was okay. I thought he was good. He didn't really he was trying to be creative and stuff. He knew what that role was.
I saw him and Benny linked up quite well.
They did. And McLean and Christie did what Ender Stevens and Coleman didn't do in the whole of the Armenia game the other day. We were looking for the ball and they're looking to actually go forward and attack. It wasn't that conservative. I mean, at one stage even, Christie tried to flip it down the wing to himself, basically, but he had absolutely no option. Stephen Kelly said that in the commentary. And obviously talking as a right back, he's well educated to be able to say what was happening there. There was actually no movement from Hendrick and no movement from Cullen. I mean, I thought Cullen covered an incredible amount of ground. I thought he played very, very well and technically lovely. His shot was very unlucky as well. And Jason Knight was good as well. Jason Knight played well.
How Josh Cullen didn't turn around and deck Jeff Hendrick. He got a bit of movement in the second half. I mean, he just stood there, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the first half, but he got a bit of movement in the second. But
That looked as if it was going in as well. The amazing scissor kick from Shane Duffy was reminiscent of Ronnie Whelan against the USSR in '88. It's incredible. And then Jason Knight fluffed the rebound. But, Hamilton was okay when he come on. I thought McLean was good when he come on. But it just, again, they were a lot better than they were against Armenia. But look, it's still a loss. I've seen a few messages I was getting from some fans from West London who were there. They were very questioning of the referee. I don't know what your thoughts were on that. We should have had a penalty. When you look back at that, he does clip him, Robinson, in the first half.
That looked like.
But we got the benefit of VAR elsewhere, I think, as well.
Yeah, I mean, from what I saw of it, because it looked like he got the ball first, but it's in the seen him given pile. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is now the manager's going to come out and he's going to be like, we could have drawn at the end. You can't be looking for little kind of nuggets of hope out of that. Like it was just so bad. It was just
typical Nations League games. They're often 1-0 wins at this level, and we don't get 1-0 wins.
Just watching the lads there warm down there, Will Keane and all that, Festy, Troy Parrott. So he's not injured. I mean, he's warming down. Okay. Troy is, so I could see him from distance. The four of the lads there. So I don't know why he didn't get a shout, but yeah, it's just 2 in the midfield. Martin, it's not working. He's got to switch to 3 at least. And if you are going to play 2, you can't play Jeff Hendrick with Josh Cullen because it's just no energy there. Anyway, let's have a look through the comments, if we dare. Carl McCoy, Jesus, absolutely. Sean Whelan, Ukraine B team. That's the worrying thing, Martin, isn't it? It was a B team. It wasn't even a full team. And it did feel like a friendly sometimes, didn't it? Like there was no intensity, and the crowd as well.
What was the crowd like? Obviously, you couldn't really gather that. It didn't seem much.
It was flat. It was really flat. In fact, if I'm being perfectly honest, you got more noise from the 2,000. It sounded like 2,000 kids behind over in the Ukraine section. It actually sounded like a Take That concert. Not that I've ever been to a Take That concert. All the kids screaming. But yeah, still hear them now, actually, going down the road. Happy little kids. They made more of a noise. It was just very flat. It was very, very flat evening. John Vidler. How can the Irish FA give #Henny out new contract with a win percentage to 22%? Shambles at RT Sport, at Talk Sport. Surely we need a manager motivated and something to prove on the international stage. #Big Sam.
Oh, Jesus, fuck off.
I don't think, John. I don't think so. Yeah, fuck off, Big Sam.
That's nonsense.
Stephen Ring, how's Jeff Hendrick still getting picked? I don't know, Stephen. He must have photographs or something. I don't know. Richard Walsh, brutal. Yeah. Joe Butler, pretty poor yet again, and another 2 years of this rubbish. He said we could win this group. He doesn't know we're not on point. Fair enough. Brandon Maloney, Jeff Hendrick was so poor again tonight. He really was, Brandon. And
he's got to see that, though, isn't he? Like that's where I'm going to question Kenny. He has got to see Jeff Hendrick cannot play in that team. He's given him enough chances now. He's not good enough. He thinks he's better than he is. He's just not good enough at this level anymore. That's it. If he ever was, he's not good enough at this level.
He's lovely hair. That's about it. Liz Meehan, shambles. Fair. Paul Culleton, that's the playoff against Slovakia. Our 6 Nation League games last time around, a disastrous World Cup campaign where we finished above Luxembourg in goal difference, and no, this shit again. John McCabe, haven't got the players. I don't know. I think there is, with the players we have, with the right system, I think we could do it with the right energy. 9 in midfield with Cullen, but I think it should be 3 personally. I don't think the 5 at the back doesn't work. And it doesn't work when you're picking a left back who's crocked, Stevens. He's come back from an injury, and a right back who's approaching 34. That stifles the wing back theory. So if you're going to do it, put Festy on.
Put someone who's going to. I mean, I thought Ogbene done well again tonight. I thought he drifted in and out of the game, and he
we never get to 90 minutes.
Yeah, we can't be looking for like fouls and stuff. Like we are finding the limitations of our players in these games that we struggle. But like some of them now, they will have to be phased out. They've got to be phased out of this team.
I said it at the beginning. Players like Hendrick will get you the sack. Anyway, James Kieran, we should be closing down like rabbit dogs, standing off and waiting till we win the ball back. As if we're going to rip them apart with passing, where shambles, no grit, no power. I can't argue with any of that, James. It's pretty much what we're saying, actually, there. Just you can't just stand back off them. How many times have we been punished with a long ball, with a long shot? Again, against Luxembourg here in an empty stadium, against Azerbaijan, daisy cutter, Armenia the other day. I mean, you give players, professional footballers, chance after chance, they're going to score.
Yeah,
Did he get crack a goal, by the way?
I mean, it was a good goal. The goal was disallowed. But I mean, and even we were letting them have a lot of shots at Kelleher, and he actually held them quite well. But you can't let teams have those shots. That's a ridiculous number.
We had a very competent Kelleher tonight. Quick question: what did you make of their goal? Everybody, Kelleher, it's one of those, wasn't it?
It was. They were awful, aren't they, to defend those kind of crosses?
Yeah,
I don't know. I would probably. I'm gonna be more harsher on Egan and Duffy. I don't know what they were doing on it, and they've got to take charge there. If your keeper's not come in and not giving you a shout, you clear that. And it was a bit flappy at the end of it, and as a soft goal to concede, brilliant ball. Like, I'm not going to knock the part.
Oh, it was super. Yeah,
free kick, technical.
It was one of those. Just watching CJ Hamilton there warm down, just on point. So you're getting all these backstage exclusives. Stephen Hackett. If anyone makes excuses for Kenny now from now on, is as clueless as Kenny himself. It's not us, Stephen. We're not making any excuses anymore.
Yeah, I'm not making excuses. Because I'll be interested to hear what he says tonight. I'm really, really disappointed. I think he's got to cull a lot of these players now, and he's got to, I think he can not write off this campaign, but he's got to bring in some of these young players after the under-21s, of course.
Give him a shout now.
Get him in there and give him a chance. Like,
give him a spin.
Use these as friendlies. Like, let them learn against Scotland and things like that. Like, and show. We don't need you, Jeff Hendrick, basically.
No, absolutely not. Michael Doran, why was Festy not given a run? Christie is brutal. I think it's a bit harsh on Christie, but I do agree.
I don't agree with that.
Festy should be. I'd give Festy a go, absolutely. Darren Sweeney, that a cop out. I'm not sure what you're on about there. Peter Malley, lads, where do you begin? I've no idea, Peter. I'm sure it will sink in tonight.
John go on. Sorry, go on.
John McCabe, why don't that's response to cop out? I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Like Kenny. Look, I can tell you now what you're going to see from Stephen Kenny in his press conference. He'll be different. He won't know what to say. He won't be fluid. So let's not mock that and overanalyze that. He'll be shell shocked by this again. He'll be trying to play the positives, as probably I am. And then you might hear a little bit better from him in time. But I can't see how he's going to be able to defend some of these players. He's got to be called out, I think, on specific players.
You can't keep picking the same players that let you down.
Yeah, exactly.
Period.
You will. It will cost him.
Of course it will. Karen McGivney, Jack Byrne. I think he was on a standby list, Karen, but I think he was actually carrying an injury and he was taken off it, I do believe. Carl McCoy, we do have technical players. We just play too relaxed. Yep, we maintain good form and have a plan, but zero urgency to implement said plan. That's because you have Jeff Hendrick in midfield.
It is. He slows it down. Jeff Hendrick slows it down because he thinks he's like
thinks he's a million
world class. Yeah, and he slows it down.
And thinks he's so much time in the ball, like time stands still when he goes, oh Jesus.
Like, if you look it back, there's some of our players make really good forward runs. Obafemi made a brilliant run and got him behind at one stage. They're looking for that. But we need that technical player, and I think Jason Knight could be that player to do that. Josh Cullen can pick a pass as well. I mean, I'd have no problem, actually. I know this is not for the future, but I'd have no problem. I'd rather have Horahan in there next to Cullen, who can pick a pass and a ball, rather than Hendrick. I've got so much. I'm so disappointed in Jeff Hendrick playing for us. I never want to see him in Ireland again. I'm just fed up a bit now.
100%. Stephen Ring, try to listen on the way out the Aviva, but can't hear a word. Convinced we're curse in Nations League. That's what I said. It's a TV3. It's like the TV3 curse, Stephen. I'm not saying the Nations League is a TV3 tournament. It is the curse of the Nations League. Paul Culleton, we're going backwards. This was Ukraine's second string. I wanted Kane to be manager ahead of McCarthy. He knew he was getting a job since November 2018, and in the job 2.5 years, it's just not working. Paul Coulton again, I'm sorry, but if he does not pick up a minimum of 4 points in the next 2 games, he should resign. He won't resign, but he might be resigned.
Look, are we going to beat them in Poland? We'll have to get a win against Scotland now. I think a win will save him. A draw, a good performance draw might give him more time, but a win would again show it's all right again.
I keep harking on about it. It's the manner. It's the tactics. It's the not learning. When Mick was learning and he had to rebuild the Ireland team after Jack, it was a massive rebuilding job. He was learning. You could see, and Bernard Byrne, who was the CEO at the time,
could see that, and he said it. I liked how Mick went about it. I could see he was learning, we were improving, so that's why he stayed in the job after a few broken results. But Stephen doesn't seem to be learning.
I'm a very, very positive person, as you know. I always try to take the positives, David. Yeah. Right. I would take 2 draws now in the next 2 games. I think that would be brilliant.
Steady the ship. Yeah.
Yeah. I would take that now.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
One won't, I don't think, be enough, depending on how they lose the other one. But it's not good. I mean, I can see the evolution. I can see us playing football and trying. I can see that we have got some technical players who I think
we can play football.
We can. But we've got enough players who are just not technically that good anymore, or they're too old for it now, and they've got to be phased out of the team a bit quicker. And let's go down our sword, basically, trying to play football with younger players in there. That's
absolutely. Grain Crilly, any relation to Ted? Are we better as a long ball team? Results are remembered. This play isn't. No, I think there is times when you play a bit of long ball, like against Armenia at times, but not setting your stall out. Doing that. Jeremiah Feely, absolute rubbish. Again, Desmond Hawthorne, they outplayed Ireland. They played like they wanted to win. They did, yeah. No complaints about the result, really. Paul Culleton, we're not going to qualify for the Euros with Kenny as manager. Paul Culleton again. Why the fuck bring out Alan Brown as the right wing back?
Yeah, that was a strange one. I don't know if he's relying on delivery of ball coming in from that angle or what it was. It's a very strange one again. You know, like, if we look back at his teams, which I think we're going to do as a podcast, and see where he's played different players, that's where it won't make sense. I think where we played Alan Brown sometimes, and he's spoken up and talked about Alan Brown against Slovakia and stuff, and had that chance obviously to help us win that he missed. You either rate him in that position, and that's where you're going to play him. You don't like start trying to make him David Myler, who is your utility man, and you play anywhere. And David Myler will tell us forever how great he is in those roles. I'm digging out David Myler, and I don't even know why. But yeah, sorry, I'm going off my tangent. But no, I just think I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense. Like, it would have made sense to he kind of did it then afterwards. He put on CJ Hamilton. Well, that's your choice earlier. Give him that chance there. What I didn't know. That was very much in mindset of a manager wanting to give minutes to players and just get them on the pitch and fill in the pocket and going, right, you've had 20 minutes now, and there wasn't actually a playing. And that's what Kenny seems to be doing to me. It's, in a way, is he writing this off now? Is he just thinking, well, I better keep some of the squad happy now and give them a taste?
You can't be coming out and saying you want to win it and then start writing off. That's
doing that, yeah.
Just going to backfire. Dennis Grinnell, war-torn fatigue from 2 playoffs. We were supposed to be for it after disaster a few days ago on their B team on display. We still get beaten with our best team at home. Show's over, folks. Time for a new ringmaster. Jim Conroy, Hendrick, big problem midfield. Overall speed of moving the ball is also a problem. Biggest problem is no natural goal scorer. I think Obafemi, but he didn't start. How did Andy Stevens start tonight? Asked Paul Culleton. Dublin Metropolitan GAA page.
Woohoo!
3 fucking years since we've won a competitive match at Lansdowne Road. Fucking disgrace. # Chris Hughton.
Possibly, but I don't think it'd be great football to watch. And this is the idea of this. Look, it is to evolve as a football and try something different and develop technical players. And I think we've said it on our podcast before, so do give us a listen back to our previous podcast. But Kenny could be the one here to fall on his sword here with changing this, and someone else could come in here and get the benefit of this. I know Kenny's mentioned it, but he's capped or brought in 8 or 9 players over the last 2 years. Someone else could get the benefit of actually bringing them in and being fast tracked rather than him, because I think there are questions that seriously have to be raised now, because it is down on results as well. And the patience of that, it's going to be as well through the tickets through the door. Let's be honest. Wasn't the full house tonight.
Well,
we haven't sold out the. Yeah, technically there was, but there wasn't.
40,000.
No, there wasn't.
I mean,
I'm not even there, and I know there wasn't. I could see it in the crowd. Like half it was empty.
It wasn't that bad. Funnily enough, I think it was the sort of premium level seats that weren't. But to be honest, now I was giving out about it as well. But anyway, I'm going to move on with the comments here, because I need to go home.
You have to get kicked out. Yeah,
they're going to kick me out in a minute. Column to the press in the chat. Night, lads. Yeah, fair enough. Darren Sweeney, he's going to explain why it's a cop-out. Tactics, formation, and player selection all down to poor management. We have talent player. Talented players need to select them. Fair enough. Brian Wilson, agree about Robertson. He's done nothing in the last 2 games. Hendrick has passed it. He has played well recently for Ireland, but not in the last 2. Not much left in Duffy. Graham Crilly. Forest fans wouldn't agree. I like Chris, but not sure. Yeah,
Chris.
I mean,
yeah.
Forest are in the Premier League. Like, anyway, John Harmon. Ukraine rests a lot of players, and we end up hoping Duffy can score from a set piece. Very poor. John McCabe, we try to play football away from the long ball, but we're not good enough in the middle of the park, especially to do it. Yet again, I think we have the players to do it. We didn't select the right system or the right players to play in that system. I don't think it's the right system, but we putting Hendrick next to Cullen. No, you're basically leaving Cullen on his own with 3 players. Paul Culleton, how has Cullen played the full 90 minutes tonight? Well, the pace and his crossing was shocking. So was James McLean as usual. Oh, good thing Nick's not on tonight, Paul. He loves his owl crossing. James Kieran missed Robbie Brady's crossing ability. Miss a lot about Robbie Brady, to be fair. Graham Farrell, seriously sick of seeing Jeff Hendrick getting 90 minutes week in, week out. It's getting more and more frustrating watching this yoke stick to 5-2-3. We're overrunning midfield all the time. Again, Hendrick taking Obgeni's area in the forward line and leaving Cullen on his own to clean the house. That's exactly what I said tonight. Graham can't argue with any of that. Till Tim Culhane, to be fair, we just the standard of players of anymore, yet the media and some sets of fans think we should be beating nations that are better or on our level. Just let Kenny have 6 or 7 years like O'Neill in Northern Ireland and let him change work with what he has. Throwing money, which the FA don't have at a high level manager. We know want to work as previously tried. We don't want to work as previously tried. No, we don't want to go back to paying like
and that the one positive of the FAI being an absolute shit show and having no money is we can't attract the manager. We can't bring in anyone who will want big money.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. We are stuck with this, lads, to be honest.
They're kicking me out. I'm going to get through the last few comments before they kick me out. Jason O'Neill, worst football side in Europe at the moment. Shocking football. Kevin H.
I don't know if it's shocking. It's not shocking football, is it? We're trying to do something. It's not shocking. I know you've got to go. Go on.
Obafemi showed signs of the kind of, probably got to sleep here, actually. Obafemi showed signs of the kind of clever play we've been begging for. Yes, he did, Cabana.
Yeah,
John Wilder, we won't get any results. John Wilder again, he's always trying to be clever. Cabana H. Thomas may as well, and we don't have better options. Max Cyclist, I turned over to the news. We are the news, Max. Jason O'Neill, Scotland will have a field day, 3 or 4-0 joke beside yeah, okay. John McCabe, pedestrian passing. Jeff Hendrick. Kieran Boyle, Jesus, that has to be that for Kenny losing to second string Ukraine team, reverting to hoping on Duffy headers. David McGuinness, shambles, an absolute shambles. No plan B in every game that we end up clearly out of ideas. He has no second strings. Geroj, players aren't good enough. No one up front. Joke. Niall Barrett, Ukraine B team, we have no midfield, kind of makes it hard. Agreed again. James Kiernan, we can't play football. Disagree with that. These players are at a poor level of clubs. We don't turn into good players in a green shirt. We won't win anything. Try to rip teams open with passing. John Murphy, Callum Robinson is so overrated. Jeff Hendrick is beyond useless. The only players that ever bothered the bollocks with some effort this evening were Colin Duffy and Knight. We need to start a transition now because we are done for this campaign. Michael Foley here in the USA, cut last 2 games. All of this pro Kenny Lark, complete rubbish is what I've watched. No plan B or C. Fair enough. Shit, I've lost. Oh wow, I have a million comments here that I'm trying to get through.
Kieran Boyle, I'm going to give you a shout out because I'm disappointed. You don't even have the energy anymore to put your hashtag on. Away to Jesus. Come on, you can't be beaten. Can't be beaten, Kieran.
Unbelievable comment. We have players in the Premiership, the Championship, and seriously think we don't have a talent balls and team selection formation and tactics. Kenny hasn't included. Do you think a Championship team would hire Kenny? Not a hope. Be lucky if League 2 team does. Adam Cabinet all-out attack for Scotland. Would be interested to see what Obgeni and Hamilton partners front two would offer. Lucky for Kenny that FAI are broke. Jesus. Yeah. Dave McGuinness, not starting Obafemi. What the fuck is Kenny thinking? These are beatable sides. Ukraine second string. Responsibility lies with Kenny and Kenny alone. He will see out this cycle of games, but he has to go. He needs to be interrogated about his constant persistence of bringing on McLean. Michael Bergen. So we're tonight another embarrassment, but the FAI in their judgment think Kenny the Messiah is the man. The only thing you should be talking about, who do we get in? You're talking a load of, can I say, it's boys shite. You can say whatever you want, Michael. Have you not watched the thing? We swear more than Bruce Willis and Die Hard. Garage again, Darren Sweeney. Majority of them can't get into their club starting team. Pretty simply poor standard players. Doesn't matter what manager you bring in. Graham Farrell. has to be horsing Kenny out of it. Fucking hell, it's getting embarrassing now. The only time he looked threatening was when he cricketed it down in the flanks, put balls in the box. Cullen was left outside by Kenny's donkey. Hamilton was busy, and so was Obafemi. Ogbeni can't hold the ball up and links play. Right, lads, gonna really speed through these. Mark O'Reilly should put Duffy up front. He's the only threat. No, Stephen Costello, Kenny out. Brendan Bunn, can't see he's beating Scotland either. Eric Dalton, Kenny has to go. Gowroge, Mark O'Reilly, 100%. And that's tragic. As an honest question, Stephen Kenny gone if we lose on Saturday?
It depends it depends if we get hammered.
Yeah, we're sorry.
If we lose 3 or 4-0, that's it.
Yeah, Graham Farrell, you're right. You're mad for the Barlow. So Henrik should play every game in that formation with them tactics, Darren Sweeney. Well, I'm fucking certainly we're not saying that. Eamon Turbot, we are playing as good as we are able to. We are not world beaters, to stop moaning and enjoy. Kieran Boyle, let's be honest, no way any other manager, Trap O'Neill, anyone would let this amount of leeway with such tremendous results, jeopardising the future of Irish football 5 to 10 years from now. We're keeping this manager. Wait to Jay's house. Jay's with Umbro, and Kenny.
Oh no, don't even bring it back her. Oh no.
Now, I apparently have commented here. We were sold a dream of a revolution, positive attacking football. Sally's turned into a slow, methodical build up with no end product exchange after stop being our only goal through. That must be Kenny McCoy.
What's it? Yeah.
That's Kenny McCoy. Actually, we're going to finish with Kenny McCoy because he actually put it up. We're going to finish on Declan Finnegan. Guys, we have so many comments, so thank you so much for sharing them. It's just, I'm going to get turfed out any minute.
We will be doing shows, obviously, with the games coming up as well, just to let you all know.
So it's amazing amount of feedback. Declan Finnegan, Kelleher didn't look confident at all. His distribution was slow and poorly directed. Can't disagree with any of that. Just so many comments. It's pretty much people aren't happy, shall we say. Guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much. If I was in London, I'd be able to stay on, but you can see the lights are about to go, and I'm probably going to get locked in for a night. We still waiting for our first result or our first win in the Nations League. I don't know when it's going to come, Martin, but roll on. You're over in Scotland for Scotland, aren't you?
Yeah, over on Saturday for Scotland. Look, we've got to get behind the team on Saturday anyway. Look, it's your country at the end of the day, and the lads are going to need more support than ever now because they're going to get absolutely hammered in the press, I'd imagine. Kenny's going to be under pressure. We can make a difference as fans. Look, it's Ireland at the end of the day. You're not technically supporting the manager by cheering for the team. There's no point coming to the stadium just having a go at them. This is where we are at the moment. I'd also give a quick shout out as well. Look, give a good listen. Great interaction. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. I know, David, you're going to probably say this as well, but give us a listen back on the Green Machine podcast at greenmachinepodcast.com to listen to our back episodes and stuff, because we've been discussing this for a good while now and love your interaction. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. You guys are the absolute best. And here at Green Machine, you can say what you want. We
don't care.
we don't care within reason. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Good night. Safe home if you're on your way back from Lansdowne Road. I'm back in London tomorrow, but we're back over on Saturday, and we'll have a bit of pre-match foreplay. Jesus. Anyway, good night. God bless everyone.